Okay, now what is this win rate? What is this strategy that I was talking about? Okay, the one where we have actually backtested and zeroed him a what 88.5% or higher win rate, right? This strategy here is called the breaker block plus SMA strategy, right? This is a strategy that I have came out personally. I've crafted it personally, and I've already covered it on TikTok and YouTube, right? It's a super simple strategy that uses 2 indicators, and you can master it in basically 3 simple steps. People like Wei Hao and other studios members are already using this strategy to get a very high win rate. But if you haven't already seen the video, no worries. I'll be going through it in depth right now. So I want everyone here, I'm going to repeat myself. I want everyone here to start taking down notes if you haven't already done so, and pay extremely close attention to fully internalize how the strategy works. Okay, you guys are ready? Type let's go. Come, you guys are ready? Type let's go. Let's fucking go. Okay, let's go. Everyone pay attention, if you are sleeping just now, time to wake up already. Okay, so let's go into it. What is a breaker block? Now, the reason why I want to call it to basically go through a breaker block is so that you don't just use the indicators blindly, right? This strategy itself is very indicator heavy. I want to make sure that you guys understand the reasoning behind a breaker block first, and I want to break it down in very simple terms for you guys. So think of a breaker block as a resistance that broke through a support. So you can see over here in the charts, resistance broke through the support, came back, retested, and continued pumping, right? So similarly, you can see that for a support, right, once it broke through, it retested and acted as resistance. So a breaker block is basically a key level in price where price tends to retest. It uses failed order blocks as key area to retest. So if you look at the screenshot on the right, you can see, a bullish breaker block forms when price breaks above a bearish order block. And if price breaks below a bullish order block, it becomes an area for price to retest. Now that you understand what a breaker block is, let's get into the steps of how to execute this strategy. Okay, step number 1. If you guys need to screenshot or write down now. Okay, add these 2 indicators. Number 1, the breaker block with signal indicated by Lux algo. Okay, number 2, add moving average simple indicator. Right, I already screenshotted how it's supposed to look like over here. As you can see, breaker block with signals, Lux algo. Okay, moving average simple. Just type this inside the indicator tab, and you should be able to find them. Add them both. Okay. The next step, step 2, what you want to do is tweak the SMA indicator strategy. Right. So what you want to do is go into the settings of the SMA. Right. The original length that you will see on your settings is 9. Change that to 44. Okay. 44. Why 44? You guys might ask. Now, this is something that I firstly tested and tweaked accordingly so that I can get a high win rate. 44 is what I used to profit a lot of my trades. So this is why I changed it to 44. Step number 3. Okay, this is going to be going through the criteria for the trade entry on the 15-minute time frame. This strategy I personally only use on the 15-minute time frame. I don't go lower for confirmations. I don't go to the 4-hour to look for 4-hour trades using this strategy. This strategy only enters on the 15-minute time frame. Full stop. That's all. Okay. So as per normal, right, all trading strategies got a buy setup and a sell setup. So I'll be going through the buy setup first. Okay. So number 1, what you need to look for is a break of a lower high. So you can see on the screenshot on the right, price needs to break above like this. Let me just draw. Price needs to break above like this. Okay. Once price breaks above, then we can move on to step 2. Step number 2, once broken, you want to check that price is above the moving average, right? We have already changed the settings of the moving average. So price should be above like this. Okay. Understand? You want to make sure for longs, your price is above the moving average. Step number 3. Okay. Wait for the breaker block indicator to pop up. Now this can be actually seen with the green color box over here. Right? A green color box indicates a bullish breaker block. Okay, so this is where I'm expecting price to come back and retest to continue higher. Okay, everyone understands? If you guys understand, type yes in the chat so I know. I'm just trying to keep in check with you guys. Make sure everyone is on the same page. Okay, it's a super simple strategy, right? You just need to take down the exact notes. Number 4, right? Once price taps into the breaker block, you can look to enter a position and place stop loss below the structural lows or the breaker block. Now, how will it actually look like? Let's go to over here. You see, you enter over here with stop loss below. And where do you target? Where do you target? Right? Very simple. Don't care whatever take profit you see over here, you know, high or low, or if you want to aim for 1 to 10, no, stop. The purpose of trading a prop firm account is to milk the prop firm. You want to earn money. Now, the best way to do that is by targeting a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Okay, a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Okay. Reason why 1:2. Number 1, if you have a lower target, there is a high chance or a higher chance price will hit your take profit. Okay. And number 2, you want to get in and out of the market as soon as possible to book your profits. Okay, everyone understand? Because if everyone understand, type 1 inside the chat right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Super simple. You can see the steps is super simple to follow and you can get a very easy setup. Okay? And okay, good. Now, let's talk about the bearish scenario, right? You're looking for sells, right? I consolidated all the points that I mentioned just now. It is the same, but the complete opposite. So for shorts, what you want to be looking for is a break of the higher low point, right? Because in a uptrend, right, you have higher lows and higher highs. And you want to look for shorts, you need to see a break of the higher low. Okay, number 2, what you want to do is ensure price is below the moving, price is above, actually, sorry. This should be above, okay? This should be above the moving average. So write this down in your notes, above the moving average on the 50-minute time frame, okay? And number 3, wait for the breaker block indicator to come up. It should look like a red color box, okay? And once price tests the breaker block, you can start to look to enter a position and place the stop loss above structural highs or above the breaker block and target a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Okay, shouldn't be too difficult to understand, right? It's basically the opposite of the buys. Okay, can. Now, there are 3 examples. Example number 1, right? Let me just remove the drawing on the screen. Okay, example number 1, CAD JPY. Okay, and there is another example. There's 2 more examples: Euro US dollar and GBP JPY. Now, I'll be going on the charts to demonstrate it live right now and basically explain to you how these trades were caught. Okay, come, so let's go. Now, what you want to see, okay, for CAD JPY, here was the example that I put in the screenshot earlier on. Okay, let's take a look. This was the setup that I saw yesterday, right? 5th of December. You see price came down, broke a higher low, correct? This is the first step. So if I'm looking for shorts, break of the higher low, okay? Now, I need to ensure that price is basically below the moving average, as seen over here. Price is above the, sorry, price is below the moving average right now. Can everyone see? Is the moving average clear to see? Yes or no? Come, let me know. Can see, okay, good. Now, what you want to do is wait for price to come back into it, okay? Now the indicator already popped out already, so step 3 is done, okay? So once price comes in like this, okay, you can look to take a trade already. Take a trade. Now, you have 2 options. Stop loss above here, right, which is the breaker block, or stop loss above the high. Now, why do I put my stop loss above the high instead of the breaker block? Let's be realistic lah, huh? Who here trades with a 4 pip stop loss? Tell me right now. Who here trades with a 4 pip stop loss? No one, right? Exactly. No one here trades with a 4 pip stop loss, right? You need to give your trade enough room to breathe. So above the structural high would make more sense, safer. And what you can do is always target a 1:2 risk to reward ratio, right? And how does it play out? You can see price rejected it, starting to melt lower, take profit hit. Okay, very, very simple. This is one example, right? Price is clearly below the moving average. Okay, now for the next example, Euro US dollar. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Very similar setup. Okay, you can see price over here starts to break lower, breaks lower super aggressively. And what does it do? It creates this breaker block as indicated by the indicator, right? Now, think about it in terms of the concepts that you have learned. If you see price breaks lower, breaking on multiple different lows, and the overall trend is bearish, right? As you can see. Should the price go up or down? Down, correct? Yes, very good, down. You want to be trading with the trend. Now, this trade here is a perfect example of trading with the trend. So what you can do is very simple. And as you see right now, price is below the moving average. Good. So what you want to do is put an entry here. Your stop loss above the structural high. Again, 12.9 pip stop loss, not too big. That's fine. Good for an intraday trade. And target at 1:2. So let's see how it goes. Taps in, taps a bit further for the breaker block, but stop is above the structural high, so that's fine. And if you know smart money concepts, you know that, okay, look, this is a break of structure towards the downside. Price came at retest, and we should see for the price downwards if you want to continue bearish. So what did price do? Dumps, hit our take profit, reverses, hit us out at break even. But we take profit already, what? 1:2 RR. Okay? Now, let's take a look at GBP JPY. Okay, this setup over here. Let me just remove this. But never mind lah, just leave it there. Okay, you can see over here. Let's go back and see what exactly happened over here. Okay, you can see price is basically fucking around, not really doing much, you know. And you can see that price has really bullishly broken towards the upside. All the impulse move, right? Taking out these highs over here. So what are we looking for? Potential buys, right? Price retested the order block over here, the sell to buy, right? Now, what I should be waiting for is for price to break out of this high. So what do? I wait. Okay, I wait. There we go. We now have an indicator, right? The indicator is popping up as a bullish breaker block. Now, you look at the longs criteria, okay? Wait for this high here to take out. Criteria 1 done. Okay, number 2, very simple. Break already, okay? Ensure the price is above the 15-minute moving average. Okay, it is above the 15-minute moving average. So what now? Guys, you guys remember what you should do next? What is the next step? Okay, what's the next step after breaking out? Edwin, retest. Thomas GF retest. Okay, Shawnee, wait for retest. Correct, exactly. Just think of it as a break and retest strategy. It's that simple, seriously. It's a break and retest strategy, but with indicators to help you out. Okay, it's that simple. That's why it yields a very high win rate. Okay, so what you want to see is a retest. So what you can do is set a limit at the retest. Put stop loss below the breaker block, right? Reason why I didn't put it below this low, because this is a 50 pip, 45 pip SL, and that would be basically a swing trade. But I am a intraday trader / scalper, right? And putting my stop loss below the bullish breaker block gives me about 12, 13 pip stop loss. So to me, it's okay. Even if I wanted to put a 20 pip stop loss, I can, right? And I target a 1:2. Okay, so let's see how it plays out. Test. Okay, go. You can see price almost taps in. So if you had a smaller stop loss just right below the breaker block, you could, and you would have hit your 1:2. Would that make sense? Now, you guys might be asking, hey, look, how do I know when to put above or below the breaker block, or should I just put it at structural points? Very simple. Look at how wide the stop loss will be. Okay, if you're on the 50-minute time frame, you shouldn't be looking for swing trades there. Okay, 50-minute time frame is a relatively low time frame, so these trades should be intraday. You should be in and out of the market right within the day. If you're looking for 50 pip SL, right, then you're looking at swing trading. But this strategy isn't suited for swing trading. Okay, understand? So what you can do is wait for a retest or set a buy limit. Okay, so I've personally tested this strategy with both. And let me tell you which one has a higher win rate. Okay, now this is very, very important. Pay close attention. Okay, when you wait for a retest, right? When you wait for a retest, you are able to see the strength of the candle that's coming into the retest. Okay, if the candle closes, right, touches this area here like this, right? So pumps up, touch down, right? Close as a wick like that. Enter, sure, right? It's telling me that price doesn't have to have the volume to push down lower. That's why it closes as a wick. So I enter here, right? Where this wick here. Let me just zoom in for you guys to see. I enter here, right? Put stop loss below and take profit at 1:2. Okay. Now, if you're saying, okay, look, what if I just set a buy limit, okay, a limit order? Okay, there's something that you guys might need to basically get used to, right? When you set a buy limit or a sell limit, you will definitely experience some drawdown. And if your mental cannot take that, I would much rather you wait for the entry to come into the retest zone, which is your breaker block, right? And then, only then, take a position once you see confirmation, which is a candle closing like this, right? Wicking into it or tapping into it with not much volume. Okay, this would give you the confirmation to take a trade. Okay, so this strategy is a super simple strategy that can be used with or without daily bias. Okay, I say this, listen to this very carefully. This is a strategy that can be used with or without daily bias. But of course, if you have a daily bias, you have a daily direction that you have in mind, then looking for a trade setup with this strategy in alignment to it will give you a higher win rate. Okay. Now, for those guys here that can't find the indicator, let me just turn off everything and do it in front of your face. Okay. Number one, breaker block. Okay, breaker block with signals. This one over here. Okay, this one over here. Click on it. Bam, you have this. Okay, second thing, moving average simple. Okay, edit. Now you have it. Now you have these two strategies. Now you can see the MA looks very different from just now, right? Because you need to change the settings. Go to settings, change the length to 44. And bam, there you have it.